Mona, Mountain West MX Park. Having a great day today on the motocross track. First time we've been out here. Love getting on these things and going. It's an adrenaline rush. It's nervous. Whether you're practicing or racing, it just makes you feel alive. And that was a quote from my son, who you'll hear from next, hopefully. But we do it because of that. It's outdoors. You have to concentrate on everything you're doing, because you can't think about work. You can't think about the problems at home or any of the nonsense that's going on in your life. You've got to focus on what's in front of you, because if you don't, you'll hit the dirt. That's just break away from everything. And then when you come back and rest, you're thinking about what you did right, what you did wrong, what you're trying to do next. Should I try to go faster? Do I want to hit that jump? And for me, the answer is usually no, because, it makes you really appreciate the supercross guys. I've been on a dirt bike since I was probably 12, but I never really raced or anything. I was all recreational, mountain riding and goofing around. And then when my son got 4 years old, he got a dirt bike, because we were recreating. And then it turned into a race dirt bike, and then it turned into racing when he was 12. So that's when I really got into getting bikes, making them go fast, hitting tracks, traveling the country, and doing everything we could to qualify for nationals and do all that stuff. So he's 31 now, so 18 years. It's a great family sport. It's challenging. You're never, if you're competitive at all, you're never fast enough.
Yeah, right.
You always look around and go, damn, I wish I could do that. And so you're back on the track and you try stuff. So all these years riding they've been just amazing experiences. The motorsports world will empty your wallet like that. I don't care what motorsport you're in.
True.
They're expensive, but so is prison, and so is lawyers, and
that's exactly right.
So I figured that early, getting all my kids doing stuff, and found out what they all liked, and we went and did it. Such a pastime now. I don't know what we'd do without it. One of those kind of things.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, there's nothing like, don't care how old you are, sitting on the gate with 20 other riders next to you. When that board goes sideways,
Oh, man.
you're looking, waiting to go because that first corner's coming. You go from this to this. It's just adrenaline, and it keeps you in shape. This has got to be one of the top 2 or 3 sports that is just your whole body. We got done riding today, and I wasn't pushing hard, but I rode quite a bit, and I'm just tired. All the muscles are tired. Everything's just tired. It just keeps you in shape, and that's when you want to get off the track. Have fun. Get your kids in it young. Get them outside. It's a lot of fun. There's just nothing like it. I tell you what, I drag raced for years, and you know, doing that was a blast. But the adrenaline pump from this, yeah, it doesn't compare.
Actually, for Christmas, 4 years old, I got a Suzuki JR50. Did quite a bit of riding until I moved to Arizona. Took a little bit of time off, and then got heavy into it when I was like 12, 13. We started racing, traveling around a bunch. We traveled to Oklahoma and did a bunch of national events until I hit my head over and over and over. And Dad decided to pull the plug on the funding for the for the racing. He didn't want to take care of me when I was in a wheelchair. So yeah, we took a couple years off, and then I don't know if Dad just forgot or we at 21 got bikes again, and it's pretty much been consistent racing ever since. So that's 10 years now, 31. This is actually the first time that I've had a bike where I set the suspension off right off the bat and didn't ride it before, so I think it's just probably mostly mental, but this bike feels way better than any other bike that I've had for sure.
What's the difference between a practice day and a race day?
The nerves. That's the big one. Yeah, and I mean, it kind of depends on how you look at it. Sometimes we'll come out and practice and do a little bit of like drilling and actually not just cruise around like I did today. It's hard to.
Right.
It's easy to get lazy and just go out there and do laps.
So you do have kind of an agenda sometimes. I want to go work on this, I want to work on that.
Yeah, and that's the way that I should do it more. But it's I don't know, it's fun to just go out there and spin laps. But yeah, definitely the nerves. That's the biggest difference. I mean, we've been racing forever, and it doesn't matter. It's still the night before, and now I'm racing the vet class. I mean, there's nothing on the table. I'm never going pro. It's just a money pit, and it's still the night before. I got the butterflies. The day of, I can't eat. I'm stressing out. So the nerves for sure. And but I will say, after a race, when you're driving home, it feels a lot better. You know that. Almost like a sense of relief. That's the best part. I mean, because I've got a bunch of buddies that still ride with their dads. You know, they'll come out every once in a while, but I don't think, or maybe one other guy that I know of, their dad's still out there riding, not racing.
Right, but still riding hard.
Yeah, my dad's the only one that I know of that's still coming out there and getting in the 50-plus class. Last fall was the first time we actually lined up on the gate together because we're both in the vet class now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a couple bets on the start. He beat me on the first one, so I had to buy him a bottle of whiskey. And I beat him on the second one, so we had to lunch. But we qualified through the area qualifiers for Loretta already. We did the Southwest area, qualified out of there, and then we went up to Porterville, California for the Midwest. Qualified there, and regionals are coming up next. So that's the first 2 weekends in June. We go back to Porterville for the Midwest regional, and then Paula, California for the Southwest regional.
Both in California, right?
Both in California. If we qualify out of there, then we got a ticket to Tennessee this summer for Loretta's. It's like the end-all be-all for amateur racing. It's the hardest one to qualify for. That's where all the, I mean, if you want exposure, even the vet class, you got old pros. You know, just in that last qualifier, Jeff Emmett was out there racing in the over 40 class. Brian Deegan was out there with us. So it's a really tough race to qualify for. When you make it, I mean, it's on TV. It's the biggest national event, amateur national event in the country. So it's tough. Mostly, so I do jiu-jitsu during the week, and it's got my cardio fine, and so my cardio is good. The one thing that you can't replace, I've found, is just endurance in the arms and the hands. And part of it's nerves. You get nervous, you hold on too tight, and you end up getting arm pumped. But just seat time on the weekends, and we've been going out pretty much every weekend. Try basically the fitness from the elbows down is what gets me, especially now that I'm a little older. So yeah, a little bit of weight training, jiu-jitsu during the week, and then just trying to ride every weekend. So we also have the Mammoth qualifier coming up in May 7th and 8th. And then hopefully
Where's that one at?
It in Mammoth, California.
No, where's the qualifier?
Oh, that's Paula, Fox Raceway.
Fox Raceway.
Yeah, and then the 2 Lorettas are June 5th and 6th, and then 12th, 13th, or something like that. So here in the next couple months, we'll know if we're racing this summer or if we're just sitting around riding in the heat.
Being from Vegas, is there an off season really?
No, it's. I wish that there was in the summer. It's you can ride year round, but the heat.
Okay. Good. You good?
So,